This could go two ways. It could be eyes or it could be fermatas. Hi, everyone. Today I'm excited because it is my time to sit down and listen to your choice for me. This is the winner of the weekly community poll on Patreon for what song should I listen to this week. And today's winner is Peter Gabriel, Solsbury Hill from 1977. Well, Peter Gabriel is an English singer, songwriter, musician, human rights activist, and winner of, well, let's say too many awards to be mentioned here. He came to prominence as the original frontman of the rock band Genesis, and I have listened to a bit of Genesis along the way. Solsbury Hill is his debut solo single. So I'm very eager to see how this is. He wrote the song about a spiritual experience atop Solsbury Hill in Somerset, England, after his departure from Genesis, and saying of the song's meaning, it's about being prepared to lose what you have for what you might get. It's about letting go. Well, that's certainly something that we all have to come to terms with. So sounds like a very interesting song by a very fine musician. Let's listen. Okay, you might laugh, but this is maybe a musician's response. When I saw that first little brushing of shapes on the page, I thought this could go two ways. It could be eyes or it could be fermatas. What is a fermata? Well, it's this cute little music symbol, which I love to teach students about because it's just sweet. It looks like a bird's eye. It's a dot with a little line over it. And I saw two of them. I thought, oh, is this going to be a sort of play on musical symbols? And then it turned into eyes. Anyway, that's just my musical brain kicking in there for a minute. There's a little fermata. I love changes.
Climbing up on Solsbury Hill, I could see the city light. Wind was blowing, time stood still. Eagle flew out of the night. He was something to observe. Came in close, I heard a voice, standing, stretching every nerve. No choice, I did not believe the information. Just had to trust imagination. My heart going boom, boom, boom. Son, he said, grab your things, I've come to take you home.
It's interesting the way these I'm going to say dots because that's what they become. It kind of is those little eyes at the beginning. They do become a sort of symbol throughout here, it seems, but not always as eyes. Sometimes you see them as eyes. Sometimes you see them as dots, like right here. These dots here. Again, it reminded me of those painted eyes at the beginning. But I'm listening especially to how the music is conveying the lyrics, and I want to back up just a little bit because the guitar and the voice is basically what it's been so far. Guitar and voice, and then the drums become a little more prominent when we get closer to boom, 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 right?
Stretching every nerve.
There's still a pulse.
Had to listen, had no choice. I did not believe the information. Just had to trust imagination.
This line, I did not believe the information, just had to trust imagination. I've never really thought of this idea of trust imagination in this context. Okay, yes, we have to trust that we can imagine things, and we have to have confidence that what we're imagining is worthy of imagination. But this idea of juxtaposing it with cannot believe information, have to trust imagination. This is an interesting idea to play around with and think, that could have some fun stuff to explore.
Just have to trust imagination. My heart going boom, boom, boom. Son, he said, grab your things, I'm gonna take
And here
you
goes
home.
boom, boom, boom.
To keep in silence, I resigned. My friends would think I was a nut, turning water into wine. Open doors.
This little motif, bum, 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 which is coming in a rather horns sound. Dum, bum, bum, bum. And it's been going on for a while. And I begin to notice how it's kind of coordinating, even echoing in a way, what the shape of the melody he's singing.
To keep in silence, I resigned. My friends would think I was a nut, turning water into wine. Open doors would soon be shut, so I went from day to day.
It's not really an imitation of the voice or a repeat of what is being sung in the melody. Da 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 da, because he ends up singing very often ending on a higher pitch. Da 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 dum. Da 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 dum. But that's the note at which the horns take over. Dum bum bum bum. So that's the common meeting point. It's interesting to me though that this motif is being repeated constantly. Bum 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 bum. Following something in the vocal melody. And I'm playing around with I'm curious to see how does he work with that as the music progresses, but it becomes a significant feature of this music by this point.
Open doors will soon be shut, so I went from day to day. My life was in a rut, till I thought of what I'd say, which connection I should cut. I was feeling part of the scenery.
Getting into the layer on
I
there.
walked right out
That's
of the
harmonized.
machinery. My heart going boom, boom, boom. Hey, he said, grab your things, I'm gonna take you home. Hey, back home. When illusions
Ooh, that's nice. Dum bum bum bum. So this little motif, dum bum bum bum. Then he started to harmonize bum bum and up higher so that it becomes. I can't sing two parts at once, so my apologies. But I pointed out where that is, and now we're hearing a lower harmonizing part in that same point without the dum bum bum bum. So it's as if this motif is kind of looking at with the lyrics perhaps different angles of this whole moment of trying to decide where I'm going to go, what I'm going to do next, as it says here. Which connection I should cut. My life was in a rut till I thought of what I'd say, which connection I should cut. I was feeling part of the scenery. I walked right out of the machinery. And then this, my heart going boom, boom, boom. Chorus. But I feel like this is telling the story of working through something. Really, where am I going in my life? What direction do I need to take my life? And, well, as it said, it's about letting go. And how did he say it? It was such a great way of saying it. Being prepared to lose what you have for what you might get. That's the whole trust the imagination part of it, right? What you might get. Just have to trust that it's worth letting go for what you might get. And so this presenting of this motif in parts and pieces, not all at once, one harmonizing part or another, but very, very consistently. It's almost like it becomes the representation in this piece of sitting and trying to work through this problem and looking at it from all the different angles. Well, if this, then that. Let's look at it from this perspective. If this, then that. What about this perspective? And it seems like everything is sending us towards the same decision, but from different perspectives, different angles. Shifting up a little bit. When I think that I am free, watch my empty silhouette, who close their eyes but still can see. No one taught them etiquette. And I like the way the voice is doubled now too, at a higher pitch and then way down. It gives, I don't hear this type of doubling very often. Watch my empty silhouette, who close their eyes but still can see. It's pretty much an octave. So, and it may well be him, Peter Gabriel, singing both octaves. And so you hear this deep down, almost a growl. It sounds like at the bottom of his vocal range. And then the higher pitch, the tenor voice, smoother. But I like the way the harmonizing, it's very simple harmonizing, right? Like even this at the octave, that's hardly a harmony, but still it is playing with harmony. And I'm enjoying the way it's progressing through the piece. Watch my empty silhouette, who close their eyes but still can see. No one taught them etiquette. I will show another me. Today I don't need a replacement. I tell them what the smile on my face meant. My heart going boom, boom, boom. Hey, I said. And I just realized this little image of the heart. This is the first time. Is this the first time it's coincided with this line? My heart going boom, boom, boom. Almost like the heart has been in. Oh boy, I'd have to go back and listen to the whole video again now, because I noticed the heart, one of the first images that came on the screen, and it came once or twice more. But now here suddenly it comes with my heart going boom, boom, boom. Kind of like, should I say, my heart has been torn. I've been going different directions, trying to find the course that feels right, that puts me in harmony with my beliefs and my goals and what I want, and trying to really tune in to myself so that I am not just living my life according to what the world around me compels me to do. And so now it feels like just at this moment when I saw that heart image flash on the screen, when he's singing, my heart going boom, 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 when at this point we've built up harmony both in the brass motif, dum, bum, 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 and all of that, as well as I've talked about the octaves now with the voice, two different voices, vocal ranges singing. It feels like everything is suddenly shifting and coming into clear focus and feeling, you know how people say, I feel at peace, or I suddenly felt at peace. The idea that we suddenly, the picture, our mind has cleared. We've got a vision for what is right for us. And it feels right, it sounds right, it looks right, and it what did it say up here again? I did not believe the information. So at first there was this conflict, but now it feels like, although it doesn't say in the lyrics, I don't see that idea coming back, information and trust the imagination and believe the information. I didn't see that coming back, but it feels almost like the music and the video are saying, my beliefs and my desires are now in harmony with each other. I have come to the right choice for me. And that feeling of everything is just falling into place. This is the action I need to take. Let's back up just a little bit. It was so nice the way that came in there. All right, here's an I again. C. Here's the I. I don't need a replacement. And in this moment, suddenly we see his face, his real face for the first time. Today, I don't need a replacement. And here's the heart. I said, you can keep my things, they come to take me home. And this line, just scrolling back up again because I have to refresh my mind. So, first time it comes, my heart going boom, boom, boom. Son, he said, grab your things. I've come to take you home. Now at the end, hey, I said, you can keep my things. They've come to take me home. In other words, I don't need all this stuff. I'm not even going to gather it all up. You tell me to take my things, but you keep my things. I'm going home. My things, they've come to take me home. There's a smile showing up. Cabbage is showing up again. From early on. And there comes the silhouette with the hat again. Interesting. And the combination of music and lyrics and video, obviously has had a lot of thought put into how it communicates what it does. And really nicely done. I enjoyed it. Now, I always have to ask myself, is this a piece of music that I would choose to listen to for the sake of the music. And I feel like specifying for the sake of the music because today I watched it with the video. And it's interesting for a piece that's looking at kind of the agonizing decision making process and the trying to disentangle ourselves from other people's expectations and our obligations to really get clear in our minds what is it that we need to do, what is right for us. It's an incredibly cheery, lighthearted, not really emotionally demanding piece of music. It kind of bounces along happily. You could dance to it if you wanted to, and it's interesting to feel these ideas set in that way. But even the way it's written lyrically is also not terribly agonizing, right? These moments can be incredibly intense, but this seems to be taking it more from almost a sort of, in hindsight, amused at the struggle it was. There's this feeling of amusement. Wind was blowing, time stood still, eagle flew out of the night. He was something to observe. Come in close. I heard a voice, standing, stretching every nerve. I had to listen, had no choice. I did not believe the information, just had to trust imagination. My heart going boom, boom, boom. It feels like, even this line, to keep in silence I resigned. My friends would think I was a nut. It feels like there's this sort of current of amusement, bemusement at how much of an event this was for me, because now I'm on the other side. I've made my choice. I have let go of those things. I feel so light and good, and it was exactly the right thing for me. Even the video, it flows through all these abstract images and stuff, but these cabbages, like first you see someone harvesting cabbages, and then you see this end scenery where there's a bride dressed in cabbages and the turning wheels. It's funny. There are things about those last scenes that remind me of moments in Pink Floyd's The Wall movie when it's showing the social machinery, right? So there's that, but here it's all done with kind of a little bit tongue-in-cheek, kind of like, isn't it funny that was such a big deal to me back then? It seems so simple now. Life. I made the right choice, and why was it such a hard thing to make the right choice? I feel like there's that kind of slant to the whole music, the cheeriness, the lightness of the music, these lines, the way the poetry expresses it in a rather to the point, lighthearted way. No one taught them etiquette. I will show another me. Today I don't need a replacement. I'll tell them what the smile on my face meant. My heart going boom, boom, boom. It's humorous in a way, and I like that. It's looking at ourselves and our experiences, the big moments in our life that were so possibly even traumatic, dramatic, intense, and saying, yeah, interesting that it was such a big deal to me, because when we really start looking at what matters, all of the stuff, all the cabbage leaves fall away, and suddenly the decision is clear. And so back to this question, would I listen to this on a consistent basis for the sake of the music? I don't know, because it doesn't really strike me as a piece made for deep listening. And that's interesting, being something about something that required some deep thought. Now we're setting it in a way that doesn't require deep listening. But it would be something quite suitable. Suppose I were to find myself in a situation where I had to make a serious decision. Maybe a good reminder. Listen to this and remind myself that, okay, stop agonizing over everything. Just choose the decision that's right for you, because really, simplicity is the best choice, right? The simple, consistent to oneself approach. Just my thoughts as I'm listening to this. I don't know. We'll see if it ends up on my playlist, and if it does, I'll come back and let you know. If it doesn't, it's not because it's not a good piece of music. It's a really great piece of music, and I love this complexity, that the multi-layered elements of the lyrics, the video, and the music itself. So thank you everyone for choosing this Peter Gabriel piece of music. Thank you for making it the winning poll. I appreciated it immensely, and I'm happy that I have gotten to know another little bit of Peter Gabriel's output. I'm sure I need to listen to more, and I will enjoy exploring what else he's put together. And I'm sure I will be doing more Genesis at some point in the future too, because that is also another vast field that I've barely touched. I'm really eager and looking forward to what you choose for me next week, and I'll see you then.